welcome back to my YouTube channel. If you don't know me, my name is Hannah, and today I'm going to be doing a little follow-up video on how I quit juuling, but I already posted 2 videos about this already, so I wanted to come back on here and kind of give you guys an update about how I've been doing. It's been about 7 months since I quit juuling. Let you know how things have been, what's changed physically and mentally for me, and just kind of give you guys some insight. So if you're thinking about quitting, maybe this will be a little push to help you consider it. So I hope you guys enjoy this video, and if you do, don't forget to give it a thumbs up and then subscribe if you want to see more videos. So I hope you guys enjoy. So I just kind of want to give you guys a little update. As some of you probably may know, probably close friends, I don't think I really said anything about this on my channel, but I think it was in July, the end of July, I got invited to go up to New York and be a part of an educational film where they basically sell these videos of kids talking about like drugs and how they like quit drugs and stuff like that. So I got flown up to New York to do this video, and it was super easy, super fun, and I got a little mini trip to New York out of it, so that was really fun. If you follow me on Instagram, you probably saw my posts. But if you are a teacher, or if you know anyone who's a teacher who is interested in kind of spreading the word in schools about how to quit juuling, they did release the video on the website. It's called Human Relations Media. And I don't know the link off the top of my head, but I am going to leave it in the description below. So if you guys want to go check out that video, it goes really in depth on like the 3 methods of quitting, which is tapering, cold turkey, and then nicotine replacement therapy. If you guys are trying to like spread the word in school, or you know anyone who's trying to, definitely let them know. So firstly, I want to talk to you guys about what has changed physically, like in my body. I've noticed a lot of things that I felt happening to me when I juuled, like physical things and pain and stuff, completely decreased once I quit juuling. So basically, I'm going to start off by talking about my back pain that I had when I juuled, because that was the absolute worst. And that's like one of the major reasons I was really just wanting to quit, because I couldn't take the back pain that the nicotine caused anymore. So kind of explaining the back pain that I had, I'm not really sure if it was from nicotine itself or it was just from the juul pod in general, but every time I would hit my juul, I would notice a sharp pain in my back a couple minutes after. And it became this constant thing that I had because I juuled every day, so it was just something that I always had. And I would lay in bed at night and go to sleep, and I would just feel this horrible pain, and I would try to crack my back, and I couldn't even crack it because it was, honestly, almost like a chronic pain. Like, I don't think it would have gone away unless I quit juuling. So I would say probably a couple weeks after I quit, my back pain completely just went away. Like, it was just totally gone after I quit. But I just noticed one day, I was like, I don't have this back pain anymore. That's crazy. Like, the back pain is totally gone. It sucked because I'm a server, so I'm on my feet for like 8 hours, sometimes more. And when you have this back pain, it just makes it so much worse. I'm just glad that I'm out of this cycle finally, because that back pain sucked. And if you juul, you probably know what I'm talking about if you have this. I know a lot of kids said that they did get back pain, and I was like, I'm not surprised. I really am blaming that back pain on the juul pod, because it's completely gone. It literally went away as soon as I quit, which was crazy. So the next thing that I want to talk about is coughing and chest pain. When I juuled, I had this nasty cough constantly. So I would also notice that I would get sharp chest pains, and my heart would pound really, really, really fast. It was scary, and I was like, holy crap, like, could you imagine if one day I actually have a heart attack from juuling? Like, would that be worth it for me to continue doing this thing that I know is not good for me and possibly risk dying from it? Is that really what I want to be doing, or would I want to make the choice to quit and not even have to worry about that anymore? So I made the choice to quit. But the chest pain seriously was another big one for me, because I remember one night I was at work and I was doing something in the back. I was like helping them prep or something, and I got this really sharp pain in my chest, and it felt like pressure. It felt like someone was like pressing on my chest, and I was like trying to take deep breaths, and I was just like, holy crap, am I about to like collapse and have a heart attack right now? So that night it happened again when I got home from work, and I was like, this is ridiculous. Why am I sacrificing this pain so that I can inhale a fruity flavor into my lungs? Like, how is that worth it? It's not, if you were wondering. I'm sure that if you Juul, you know exactly what chest pain I'm talking about. And for me, this chest pain took a little bit longer to go away when I quit Juuling. I'm not saying that I had this chest pain all the time, but it was kind of this thing that came and went. But it was definitely something that I just didn't want to deal with anymore. I was like, this is ridiculous. Why am I doing this to myself? I can quit, not only save over $1,000 a year by quitting so I don't have to buy Juul pods anymore, but I can also save myself from possible death. As scary as it sounds, it's reality. And I think that kids have this mindset of live fast, die young, you know? Like, enjoy life, who cares? We'll die young. At least we're having fun. And I can't really relate to that, to be honest. I think that that is a really stupid mindset. If you have that mindset, sorry. I would rather take care of myself and live longer and live a nice, accomplished, great, full life. But that's just me. Everyone has different preferences, but that's my stance on it. The next thing that I want to talk about is, I don't know if this is some type of crazy weird coincidence, but this cold that I have is the first time that I've been sick since I quit Juuling. I don't really understand if that is because I quit or if that's just some crazy coincidence, but I'm telling you guys, my immune system has felt so much stronger ever since quitting. I remember when I Juuled, I feel like I was literally sick all the time. Like, I felt like I was always battling some type of cold. I feel like after quitting, I have been putting like healthier things into my body, and clearly, obviously, took something unhealthy out. So obviously my immune system's going to be stronger because I'm not putting these chemicals into my body. And that's something that's really big for me. I have never been someone who wanted to use drugs. I've never, you know, when I was like in middle school, I never really had that desire to be like, oh, I want to grow up and like do drugs. And I know that middle schoolers now, some of y'all are out of control. Let me just tell you. Like, I know that some middle schoolers are Juuling, and guys, you better stop. Like, you better stop. That's crazy to me. That I can't understand. But I basically, and what I'm trying to say is, I was never really someone who wanted to get into drugs or alcohol. I was just kind of like, oh, well, I don't really care. Like, I don't really feel like I need to be doing what everyone else is doing. And once I went to public school, if you guys don't know, I was homeschooled. So I was never really around public school kids. And public school kids are advanced. They are advanced. I feel like they grow up a lot faster because they're around a lot of kids. They're in an environment where kids are talking about like drugs and they're talking about this and that because everyone's curious about everything at that age. It's like, ooh, what's this? What's that? Let's try that. Ooh, that looks fun. So I was not exposed to that. So I think that's why I have a different mindset on things. But yeah, kind of went off on a little tangent there, but I hope you guys kind of understand what I'm saying a little bit in a way. I know not everyone out there is going to agree with me, but that's just personally like what I've been through because I was homeschooled. But yeah, probably the last physical point that I want to talk about with you guys is my kind of like love for exercising and like strength that I have when I go to the gym, and like my ability to work hard and like be strong at the gym. When I Juuled, obviously my heart rate was constantly like, it was up. Like, I think I probably had higher blood pressure. And so when I would go to the gym, I wouldn't be able to work out as hard as I could if I wasn't Juuling, because it was really just taking a toll on like my breathing. I couldn't breathe as well. I would get out of breath really easily. I remember walking up flights of stairs at school and I couldn't breathe after. Like, I would literally have to stop and be like, like, that is not normal. That is so scary. So once I quit juuling, I got back into the gym. One, because it helped to keep my mind off of things. And if you guys don't know this, you probably do, but exercise releases endorphins. So endorphins increase your happiness. So when you're exercising, it's going to take your mind off of your withdrawal a little bit. I'm not saying all the way. You're still going to think about it, but when you're exercising, you're going to be focused on what you're doing in that moment, and you're not going to even have time to think about withdrawal symptoms because you're going to be doing good things for your body and moving and being active. And that was something that really helped me when I quit. I've always been pretty into working out. I'm always, wanting to take care of my body and how I look. And I'm going to be completely honest with you guys, and this is something I don't really like telling people, but it's something that is real, and I want to be real with you guys. If you're watching this and you've watched past videos about me quitting, I don't know if I mentioned this in the last video. I don't think I did, but I gained about 15, 20-ish pounds. I want to say it was around like 20 pounds after I quit juuling, because I turned to snacking and eating food to kind of combat the withdrawal symptoms. Because as horrible as it sounds, sometimes I would use my Juul as like a meal replacement or like a snack replacement. I'm so mad at myself for doing that. The last thing that I want to talk about is kind of mental things that I've noticed that have improved since I quit. And a really, really big one, which is kind of controversial because I know that some kids are going to say that they use juuling for this reason, but I have noticed that ever since quitting juuling, I've felt better than I did when I juuled, if that makes sense. You guys will know what I'm saying in a second. So for kids who have anxiety or who get anxious really easily, but back in high school, I would get these little kind of panic attacks here and there, and they would come completely out of nowhere. And I would just notice that I would get really nauseous, and I would like not want to talk to anyone, and I would start shaking, and I would just feel like so nervous and so sick, and my stomach would start hurting. And so I would go to the bathroom and like try to make myself go to the bathroom to like hopefully feel better, and I would wind up just like calling my mom and being like, Mom, I feel so sick, like, can I come home? And it was something that happened a lot for me senior year. I noticed I would just get these little mini panic attacks during the day, and it was something that happened when I was juuling, and I have not had that happen since I quit at all. I mean, granted, I do have, little crying spells and like little emotional breakdowns here and there, but that's like due to hormones and whatever. But those little panic attacks that I had, I don't get anymore. So that is something that mentally has improved so much for me. I feel a lot more confident now, and I don't feel like I need to be worried about everything, because I really think that the pods, the nicotine or whatever, were just causing these weird reactions in my brain, because I know that nicotine does affect your brain anyway. So I think that just like that, like the combination of that and the combination of school was just not working for me, and it was just making me really anxious all the time. So that's like the main mental thing that's improved. I mean, other than that, like my happiness, I've been a lot happier, although, I'm not happy 24/7, but I notice that I find like more reasons to be happy, and I'm just like overall more secure in myself and just proud of myself and more positive, because I've accomplished something that felt so impossible to do. It really felt like I was never going to be able to live my life without having to be dependent on nicotine. And that doesn't go without saying that I slip up sometimes. I'm being completely real with you guys. I slip up sometimes. And it's okay to do that as long as you know in your heart that you are successfully not addicted to nicotine anymore, and that you would never go out and buy a vape again. If you slip up here and there, I'm not saying you should purposely go out and seek doing that. Like if you're at a party or whatever, because that's obviously like if you're in college, if you're like high school, college age, and you're at a party, everyone and their mother has a Juul. So if you're in a situation where it's kind of just like, oh, like I'll just do it once, don't be hard on yourself. Because I did that and I would be like, oh, I failed. I didn't fail because I'm not addicted anymore. Like I literally don't think about it ever anymore unless I'm like around someone who has one. But then not even really that. So don't be hard on yourself if you're trying to quit or if you've successfully quit and you fall back into it, because you just got to get up and keep trying. The more you try, the stronger you're going to get and the more used to it you're going to get of not having to be dependent on it, if that makes sense. So that is basically all that I wanted to talk to you guys about today. Just kind of give you guys a little update since it has been like 7 months now. It's been a really long time. I think the last one I made was like a 2-month mark. So this one is really big for me. I really am proud of myself for making it 7 months, honestly. I knew I could do it, but it was just the fact of actually doing it, you know? It was like a big thing to look at, but now that I've accomplished it, it's pretty great. I'm being so real and honest with you guys with everything I'm telling you. I'm not sugarcoating anything. These are all real things that have happened to me ever since quitting, and I'm completely being honest with you guys, like pouring it all out there to you. So if you guys have any questions, comments, or concerns, or you don't agree with anything, feel free to comment down below. I love to kind of like encourage you guys, talk to you guys about what you're going through. I know I got a lot of positive feedback on my past videos about quitting. I want to thank you guys so much for all of the love and support you guys have given me. I've had so many people reach out and DM me on Instagram, just kind of, you know, asking for advice or just like thanking me for making the video, because there's not many people out there who have made some, and I think that there should be. But if it takes one person or a few people to start a trend of quitting vaping, then I'll be that person, I guess. So I hope you guys like this video, and if you guys want to see more related to quitting juuling, let me know kind of like what topic you want me to talk about, and I will definitely make some more for you guys. But I hope you guys like this, and I hope you will give this video a big thumbs up and make sure to subscribe for new videos every week. All right, guys, bye.